Welcome to episode 23 of Kids Bible Study. It's good to have you guys all with us watching from home. We have our second set of girls from Valhalla High School. The first ones were the seniors. They were here a couple episodes ago. We talked about confession. And now we have freshmen with us. So welcome, girls. It's good to have you guys. We're going to be talking about the agony of Jesus in the garden and preparing for Holy Week to participate in the passion and the suffering and the death of our Lord Jesus Christ. So, welcome. I know it's like a sad topic, but I'm very happy to have you guys. And Jesus wants us to rejoice always, so we will talk about it. But first, I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to introduce yourselves to those that are watching at home. So please say your name, your grade. We already said your grade, but you could repeat it if you want. And your favorite food.
Hi, I'm Delicia. I'm a freshman, and my favorite food is Alfredo pasta.
Oh, nice.
My name's Isabel. I'm a freshman, and my favorite food is dolma.
Nice.
My name's Aline. I'm also a freshman, and my favorite food is like any pasta.
Any pasta?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
like red or white sauce more?
It doesn't really
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Isabel, have you ever flipped a dolma pot before? Have you ever made dolma with your mom? No?
No.
Grandma or something like that?
Yeah, grandma.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like you maybe helped rolling it
Yeah.
or something?
It's kind of confusing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe one
For
day.
the future, I'll learn.
Yeah, maybe one day, like, actually last episode we had of Feeding Fathers, we had this girl, Melanie, she made a pot of dolma for us.
Yeah.
So maybe you can do that one day. Yeah. That'd be cool. Okay, so the agony of Jesus in the garden. So this is going to be the last episode before Holy Week, actually. And Holy Week is the week that we walk with Jesus in the last days of his earthly life before he died. I mean, obviously, the last days of his life we're going to talk about later, which are after he rose from the dead. But now we're going to talk about the last days before he died. And specifically, one of the major things that happened during Holy Week, which I think is going to be a great reflection for us to think about and to understand why Jesus did what he did and how he felt doing it. We can't forget that Jesus had feelings as well. He became a man. He became like us in all things but sin. And we're going to see a lot of that in this gospel passage. So let's read now from Luke chapter 22. Those of you that are watching at home, you can just follow along with us on the screen.
He came out and went, as was his custom, to the Mount of Olives. And the disciples followed him. When he reached the place, he said to them, "Pray that you may not come into the time of trial." Then he withdrew from them about a stone's throw, knelt down and prayed, "Father, if you are willing, remove this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." Then an angel from heaven appeared to him and gave him strength. In his anguish he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down on the ground. When he got up from prayer, he came to the disciples and found them sleeping because of grief. And he said to them, "Why are you sleeping? Get up and pray that you may not come into the time of trial."
So this was on the night before Jesus died. And like I said, this is going to teach us a lot about what Jesus went through when he suffered for us. Because just the first thing that I want you guys to know, we see the crucifix, the death of Jesus, and we see and we think about what he did for our salvation. And sometimes it can just become so normalized to us where, yeah, it's just like that's what Jesus did, right? But we forget that he actually sacrificed his life. And to sacrifice your life takes a lot. And he didn't do it by some type of magical trick. No, he actually sacrificed himself, He actually suffered. And he actually, as we heard in there, he didn't want to, at least from a human perspective, right? It's like, just imagine if you know that you're going to have to suffer a lot, you're going to be nervous about that. You guys were a little bit nervous coming on here, right? But Jesus was very, very anxious about what was going to happen, and he knew what was going to happen. So he prayed, and I want to start there talking about it. He said, "Father, if you are willing, remove this cup from me, yet not my will, but your will be done." What is that prayer like? What do you think of when you hear that, honestly? Like, There's no right answer or wrong answer. There's just, what do you think of when you hear Jesus say, "Let this cup pass from me, yet not my will, but your will be done"?
Honestly, it shows like how Jesus is shown that he's human like us, and he like didn't want to go through all that suffering, but unlike us, he went and did his Father's will, and he said, "If it is your will, it will happen."
Yeah, exactly.
I also like agree with Delicia. Like, I think like Jesus was basically saying like, God, if like this is your like if
Will,
this is the route and like will you want to like take me through, then I'll like go through it for you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And I feel like that's how like everybody should think, because like God's plan is always like he knows what he's doing for you, and he knows what challenges he's giving you, and like he knows that you can beat them.
Yeah.
And like become the person that you're gonna be in the near future.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think God wouldn't put you through something he knew like you couldn't like go through. So he did this for a reason. Like he has a better plan. Like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. That's all very, very true. And he did that even for Jesus, his son. And it's kind of like it should make us feel very comfortable too, that knowing that Jesus also knew that it was going to be hard. And he even struggled with it. So like when you struggle with your faith, you know that even Jesus did, you know. Obviously he didn't sin, but he struggled to do this. And we see that response and that the failure even in the apostles, right? Like what'd you guys see that the apostles were doing at that moment?
They were sleeping.
Yeah, they were sleeping. Imagine that. Have one of you ever fallen asleep in like the middle of a serious conversation or something like that? Well, this was not only just like a serious conversation that we sometimes have with people. This is Jesus about to enter into his death, and they just fell asleep. And he chose those three apostles out of all of the apostles, out of all of the disciples. He chose them to be with him at that very moment, and they showed weakness in their faith. And we actually see what happened as a result of their weakness. Jesus said, "Pray, wake up and pray that you may not enter into temptation." And then do you guys know what St. Peter did after this? The bad thing that he did?
Didn't he deny
Yes.
Jesus 3 times?
He denied Jesus 3 times. And it started here. It started when he was weak, when he was giving into his desires and not doing, like you guys mentioned, the will of God. And the will of God would have been to be with Jesus at that moment and to try to strengthen him. This is why like some people think that Christianity, you know, to be Catholic just means that, oh, life is going to be easy. You know, we just have to say that I believe in Jesus and that's it. No. St. Paul tells us that if we want to share in the resurrection of Jesus, we have to share in his death, you know.
I also like usually hear people saying like, "Oh, I'm Catholic, I can just go to confession and God and Jesus will forgive me." And like I don't know, it just disappoints me, because like how are you gonna go and say like I'm not judging or anything.
Yeah, sure.
But like how are you gonna go and say, "Oh, I'm Catholic, I can just go to confession anytime I sin, like God will forgive me"? It gets to a point where like God forgives everybody, but it gets to a point where like it can like cross a line.
Yeah, and I think, you know, based on this context of the death of Jesus, having an attitude like that is basically looking at Jesus on the cross and saying, "Oh, I don't care that you did that for me." You know, like you had to do that for me. Like that's my right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna live however I want. So I'm really glad you brought that up, actually, Aline, because it shows us that we like people that act like that, and if we've ever acted like that, it means that we don't care about the sacrifice of Jesus, really. We just care about ourselves and about pleasing our own desires, you know.
I feel like people take advantage, like, God will forgive you, but that doesn't mean you go do it. Like, that doesn't mean, like, you're supposed to become better.
Yeah. That's called being presumptive, you know, having, like, an attitude of presumption is like, oh, I'm just going to do it, you know. So it means that you don't really care about God, you know.
Like, every week on Sundays, like, there's always this big line for confession, but, like, not everyone's there, like, to get forgiven by God and trying to be better. Some people just go, like, oh, I'm gonna go take the qurbana or this or that?
Yeah, so sometimes people like we don't know exactly what reasons people are there for, but we do know that a lot of the time, and you guys have to not fall into this trap, to see confession as just like a checklist, right? Like, oh, I'm just gonna go to confession so that I can go receive the Eucharist. And that's what it seems like a lot of people do. It's a good thing that a lot of people go to confession, but we can't just see it as a checklist. Jesus died for you, you know? You have to live for him too, you know? And the Mass is a participation in the sacrifice of Jesus. So I'm going to prepare myself to receive the body of Jesus. And if I've done anything wrong, like just imagine yourself standing at the cross of Jesus, you know, and you've gone against him. And now's your time to reconcile with him. And he's the one that's reconciling, right? He's the one that's coming down to meet you, that's coming down to sacrifice himself for you. So that's why we have like the crucifix, you know, like we have the body of Jesus right in the church when you walk in. That's why we wear it. That's why we have it in our homes. So we can think about what did he do for me? And how am I supposed to live for him? That's what this time is about. You know, you guys are going to be preparing now for Holy Week. And so I strongly encourage you guys to keep on meditating on the life of Jesus and on his death, on what he did for our salvation. You guys have a very good mentality going into it already. And I'm very proud of you guys for being here. You know, you guys come to Youth for Truth, to the club at school. You know, you guys are involved in church as well. And so that's very good. Try to keep it up and keep having the sacrifice of Jesus be your motivation for that, you know? Mm-hmm. So do you guys have any other questions about the death of Jesus, about his sacrifice, about Holy Week, or about anything else in general?
Yeah, I had a question. Okay, so recently on TikTok there was this people were going around saying why are you wearing Jesus getting crucified on your neck? Yeah.
Someone just asked me about that. I don't know if it was at Youth for Truth today or something, but yeah.
Yes. Is it bad to do that? Would it affect, or is it a good thing to represent what he's done for us and how he's sacrificed his life?
So some people say that it's wrong to do that because we don't know how Jesus looked. Mm-hmm. But we're not saying this is exactly how Jesus looked. I'm not saying this is how Mother Mary looked, or, you know, the saints, or that image of Jesus right there, right? We don't know exactly how he looked, but this is an artistic portrayal, a representation of him, because we human beings, we need to sometimes visualize things. And when we look at something, we'll be reminded of it. So we understand that this is not exactly how Jesus looked, but this is a reminder for us. You know, some people say, oh, why do you kneel in front of a statue, or kiss a statue or a picture? Mm-hmm. And I just ask people sometimes, do you have a picture of your mom, your dad, your siblings? Yeah. Have you ever kissed that picture? Do you know you're kissing a piece of paper? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know, but it's not a piece of paper. It's not just a piece of paper to me. This is a representation of Jesus and of Mary.
Yeah.
Good question. So if you guys have some more questions, why don't you save them? Because we're going to start having some snacks right now. Okay. All right. We're going to have some snacks from Colombia.
Wow.
Last time we had a few of them. This time there's a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna hand you guys stuff because we're gonna try a bunch of stuff from here. So this coffee cake looks and feels amazing. So here, let's hold that. That's gonna be for dessert. We got these cookies, lemon cookies, and there's 4 of them, which is perfect. But let's start with chips or something. So let's do these. Okay, this is really weird, but I'm gonna have us try this, okay. I hope that you bear with me on this. I don't like mayonnaise at all.
Oh.
Do you guys like mayonnaise or no?
No.
Okay. Have you ever seen mayonnaise flavored chips?
Well, there's times.
Are you guys down to do it or no? Are you guys down?
Yeah.
For the kids watching at home.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do. Guys, I can't stand mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Me either. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, like I might have to get up and do something. But we'll try these garlic chips afterwards. How about that? Okay, so mayonnaise chips.
Oh no! How's it smell?
Doesn't smell that bad, actually. Honestly.
I'm really scared.
Oh.
Okay, I took the biggest one, just so you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't smell that bad. Mayonnaise chips. Who would?
Pass it back then.
Why? Okay, ready?
3,
Cheers.
2, 1.
Okay.
And they don't even taste like. They taste like
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, they just like potato chips.
Like sour cream and onion, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I saw this in a store, I would never buy
Yeah.
it. So I don't
Yeah.
know why they would advertise that. But it's
Okay.
actually not that bad.
It tastes like, yeah, it tastes
And
regular.
it tastes like a regular chips. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't taste bad.
So what do you guys rate them? That's the question.
You start.
All star?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give them a 7.3.
I think a 6.
6.
6.5.
6.5. Okay. So now, plantain chips, garlic flavored. So I think these are like banana thing or something.
Let's try.
So you guys said you were gonna say a story. I've been waiting this whole time.
Okay, yeah. Okay, go.
Okay, so we were coming back from school and like we were like, oh, let's get
Is this
food.
today?
Yeah.
Literally
pass
like an
one down.
hour ago.
Okay.
Before we came, we were like, oh, let's eat. Like, okay, let's go get
Okay.
canes.
Okay. Oh,
So-
okay. I know it's gonna happen. All
Okay,
right.
we got canes and
Oh my gosh. Whose idea was it to get cane? Okay. Anyways.
Okay, it was not my idea, I promise.
it's all her. It's all her. It's all
Okay.
her. I
Take a bite
promise.
while we.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Weird. Good flavor, but weird like texture. You know.
No, it's like
They
a
don't
weird
taste like
combo.
bananas.
Yeah.
Oh, the aftertaste.
Okay. So you got canes, and then you realized it's
No.
No. Okay.
no.
That was a different thing.
Wait, what?
Okay.
No,
Wait.
I know.
Anyway. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So
I'm
we
mad
have the
right now,
food
okay?
laid out.
I know what you're talking about.
We have the food laid out, and we're eating, and I'm distracted because Isabel's making me laugh, and I'm just laughing, and I hit the plate, and the plate falls down. The plate was cleared, not a single chip of a fry, nothing.
On the
Well,
floor.
like it.
my-
Oh, it all fell.
Yeah,
everything.
all over my feet. There was a piece of toast on my feet right there.
And we were
And
sitting there for
Isabel has a
20
whole
minutes.
video of it.
We
Can I
were
show you
sitting
or
there
is
for
no
20
phone?
minutes laughing.
Can I show you it?
Yeah, of course. I would love to see.
Okay,
it.
wait. I
We
know
were
what you're
sitting there,
talking about.
and then we were like, oh. And then Isabel goes, "This is all I'm gonna think about during the podcast. I'm not even gonna be able to focus."
So did you end up getting? Oh wow.
all up on her shoe.
Haramat. So did you end up getting more canes?
No. Wait, Father
So
Simon.
this is probably a sign from God that
Yeah.
that happened to you. Why? Because today
is Wednesday.
is
Yeah,
is Pelgu, the middle day of Soma.
Yeah, but we planned to
Father?
eat it today, and then tomorrow we're gonna fast.
Oh,
Wait, did Delicia not talk to you?
no.
Delicia.
So next time it's not really allowed, but it's okay. You live and you learn, right?
Yeah.
So just so you guys know, it's okay to do stuff like that with your fast with random stuff that you gave up. Like you can kind of make the rules for those,
Yeah.
right? But for stuff like the church days that we fast from, for next time, for next year,
Yeah.
and obviously Friday's fast and
Yeah, it is.
Good Friday. Okay, so let's try one of the
coffee
sweet
cake.
thingies. You guys want to do the coffee cake? What else did we have there?
Cookies.
The lemon cookies.
Okay, let's.
I'm not excited for those.
Okay, then let's do the lemon cookies first because I feel like this coffee cake is gonna be amazing.
Okay.
It looks like it's green, you know, so lime. I don't know.
Artificial.
Yeah, I mean it looks nice and bright green in the picture, but here it looks very bland.
It reminds me of like the cookies that that are at the Chaldean stores.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you can.
Okay, there we go.
It's interesting.
Interesting smell. I can't bite it.
Why?
My braces.
Oh,
I'll taste it.
Mm,
No, I don't like it.
really?
you didn't try it.
I actually like lemon flavored stuff a lot, so I'm kind of a big fan of that. Actually,
It's okay.
I'm gonna give it a 8.1.
Okay, Delicia.
A 7.
Yeah, like 7. You didn't even try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a 4.
I'll give it a 3. I'll give it some
Oh wow!
some popularity.
You're gonna say 32?
Here, take a piece.
There you go.
No, it's a strong smell.
Oh, it is very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the lemon one is gonna be better. Okay, ready, go.
Okay, 32.
Cinnamon.
Oh yeah.
I gotta hit a cinnamon.
Like when they say coffee cake, like imagine taking like a sip of a latte after this. That would be good.
Yeah.
That'd be really good.
It's pretty strong.
It is strong.
But I like the texture. It's very soft.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you like better? This one or the lemon?
Lemon.
Yeah, lemon.
Lemon.
I thought you said this one's gonna be the best.
I know, that's what I thought.
I like the cake.
Really?
I don't.
Okay, so what do you rate it? Aline?
Yeah.
32.
I'll give it. Yeah, I'll give it.
A what? A 3.2 or oh. 32. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. No. Look, on a scale of 1 to 32, what would you give? 30.
Okay. Actually,
32.
32. Okay, nice. Wow.
yeah, like a 15.
15. Okay. All
I've
right.
never heard anyone rate 1 through 15.
Okay, I know.
Like a 13.
13. I'll give it a 18 out of
Oh,
32.
That's
That's
good.
Way better than
Yeah.
that. You guys are
Yeah.
ranking it really low.
Yeah.
No, it's not that good.
Wait, you gave it a 32, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's crazy. So you gotta
32.
have the rest of it. Holy Week starts on Palm Sunday, actually. Palm Sunday when we have there's a palm tree over there. Well, I think it's a fake one, but still. But we use olive branches.
Yeah.
We go in Palm Sunday and we do the procession to the church. It's very beautiful. It's packed at church usually. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're kind of getting ready for Thursday. So what is Thursday of Holy Week? What's that day? What do we call it? Don't think too hard.
Passover Thursday.
Passover Thursday or Holy Thursday, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
both of those. And then Friday, what do we call
Good
Good
Friday.
Friday.
Good Friday or Passion Friday, right? Arutat Hasha. And then Saturday, it's just Holy Saturday. Or the Saturday of Light, we also call that. And then Easter Sunday,
Resurrection Sunday.
right? Yeah, Resurrection Sunday. So we read the Agony in the Garden from Luke. There's different accounts of it with the other Gospels and also of the story of the passion and suffering of Jesus. Each of them give like a different perspective. So I would encourage you guys that are watching at home to read the stories of the passion and the suffering of Jesus. And also there's another thing that you can do, which is to pray the rosary, right? You said you're going to be praying the rosary during what? You said that off camera, I think, which is great, especially the sorrowful mysteries. The sorrowful mysteries, you enter into the suffering of Jesus, and it's a very deep and beautiful thing to meditate on, you know?
What about the prayer? Like it's like for the sake of the sorrowful passion.
Yes, the Chaplet of Divine Mercy,
Yeah.
a great, beautiful prayer, because we also meditate on the suffering of Jesus and on what he did for our salvation. Do you guys have anything else on your mind?
I think like Passover Thursday and Good Friday are like the most important days because that day it's like really packed at church.
Yeah.
And especially like when we go with Ferda and like we set up the vinegar water
Yeah.
and all of that, I think that just like makes Easter more special.
Yeah, that's
because you're
true.
like preparing to like help others go through Easter.
I wanted to add on to that, like when every Good Friday that I come to church, when I see like the vinegar water and like the volunteers handing it out, like I just feel like it brings out a stronger symbol because I feel like it's like every Good Friday that we like the church does that. So I think it's like a really good symbol for like our church and like how it's presented. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing as Aline. Like, it feels like it makes it more like, I don't know, special. Like,
Meaningful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you are kind of like doing the things that Jesus did, literally, you know, like that's what he did on the cross. He said, "I thirst," and then they gave him vinegar. This is one of the symbols, and the Mass itself is not just a symbol of the death of Jesus, but is a participation in the real death of Jesus. So if you want to participate in that sacrifice, go to Mass and put your heart into it. And the last thing I'll say now is that, you know, all of these things should point us to the resurrection and to the celebration of it. Like we go through the Good Friday and the Holy Thursday and kind of all this work and all this meditation and all this prayer so that we can celebrate. That's what the resurrection is. And that's kind of how life is. You will go through suffering. Jesus did. You will struggle, but there is also joy and there is also celebration. And it is during our life as well that we'll have that. It was a great joy to have you guys here. We have a gift for you, actually. So, all right. So, shout out again to Saints Reserve for sponsoring us. This is a beautiful St. Christopher, and that's for Aline.
Yeah.
There you go. And then the Sacred Heart, one of their beautiful designs. I mean, they're all beautiful designs, but this is one of my favorites for Isabel.
Thanks.
And then one of their newest ones, Our Lady of Lourdes, for Delicia.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
Thank you, Father.
You guys want to say anything else? You guys want to shout out anybody or?
Yeah, shout out everyone.
Yeah.
Shout out God.
Shout out
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh yeah, shout out Jesus
Shout
Christ.
out God.
Yeah. Shout out Father Simon.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Thank
For
you.
that, for letting us come.
Yeah.
Like planning this.
Yeah. All right then. Have a good Easter. Have a good Holy Week. Pray hard, and do your best to be faithful to Jesus always. You guys want to say any last words to those that are watching at home?
Always follow God.
Okay.
Like He's always in your heart.
Wow.
He's always like with you.
Always
Preach.
pray. Always pray.
Always
Prayer is the thing to everything.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
When you go to mass, like a lot, like especially as a lector, when I go a lot, sometimes I forget that we're celebrating Jesus. So always keep in mind when you go to mass, you're celebrating Jesus.
Yes, exactly. Cool. All right. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube and on follow us on Instagram and email us at kidsbiblestudy@corbana.org if you guys have any questions. And yeah, we'll be back. I think after Easter, maybe. Yeah, we will be back for sure. But I don't know if we're gonna have anything before that. But for now, we wish you a great Holy Week. God bless you all. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
So, how was it?
It was good.
It was actually.
We were too nervous for like we didn't have to be that nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like
literally
there was no reason to be
regular
that nervous.
conversation. And everyone said they're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
so scared for that.
What is that?
Cheese snacks.
Go Delicia. Pass it on.
32. Thank you.
Thank you. There's a.
This is nasty, actually, dude.
I can't even taste it. I can't even bite it.
Right?
Yeah, it's not good.
Dude, nasty. Nasty.